Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. You join us back on the South Devon Mainline, aka the Riviera line, and we're going to be doing a run in the HST, sort of our wannabe castle set over to Plymouth, so along the coast and then up and over the banks. So let's get in. I've already set the train up, we are due out in the next few seconds. We're going to be calling at Newton Abbott, Totnes, Ivy Bridge and Plymouth. Now this is quite a long service, it's about 1 hour 10 minutes. And now as we're sort of outside of that new phase, I'm going to split it into 2 videos. So we'll do this bit to Totnes and then we'll go sort of up and over the banks to Plymouth in part number 2. So yeah, right, let's get the door shut now actually. We'll start getting the brakes off, so they take quite a while in this train. And then we're fast to Newton Abbott. There we go. Right, forward, and let's get going. We're out of here. And I say wannabe castle set. I mean, it is the same formation. You've got 4 coaches and then the 2 power cars, but we don't have the sliding doors, which I think did Great Western. I'm pretty certain the HSTs now have sliding doors, don't they? Power sliding doors. Although perhaps when they originally made castle sets, maybe they didn't. I'm sure someone will know in the comments. Do the HST Great Western castle sets have power sliding doors? I think they do. A bit like the Inter 7 City ones. And this train comes across from Great Western Express. So if you own the Great Western Express route, you'll see the 166 and the HST on this route, which is cool because it's just the fact that the oldest UK trains in the game on the newest UK route. Old GWR meets new GWR. Well, at least in the game sense. Let's do a little running brake test. Just to make sure the brakes are in check and working. Not that they wouldn't be, although saying that, you do have faults in this game now. Although not that sort of fault. Our distance marker here. 193.5 miles. I suppose that's probably from London, isn't it? London, Paddington, 193 miles. I mean, from Exeter to Reading, I think it's about 100 and... was that about 120? No, that can't be right. It probably is the distance to somewhere in London. There's a 166 talking of the bugger. Just sort of slipped past us there. Trying to think if the castle set HSTs have a max speed. I think the Inter 7 City ones can only go up to 100 miles an hour. They're the Scottish HSTs. Probably similar for this. This is Exeter St Thomas. And we won't have any HST stop markers as well, so we're probably going to be looking for the 6 coach stop marker. As I suppose the power cars technically are coach lengths, so yeah, we're trying to stop on the 6 car stop markers. Actually, I don't think there would be any HST car stops on here. Very fast though. You can feel with those little coaches taking off sort of the extra welly it gets. Got a cup of tea as well for the nice journey. It's going to be a nice journey, this one. I'm a little bit concerned or a bit worried about Ivy Bridge Station because we've never stopped there going... Oh, hang on, no, we have stopped there going in this direction, but not... like only once, and it's quite a small station. You can't really screw up with Ivy Bridge. It probably is the hardest station to stop at in the route, and in the HST obviously makes it even worse as the brakes aren't great. Yeah, sort of, it's on a bit of a blind corner both ways actually, and there's no announcements on this train either, so we should be alright. We might blow past Ivy Bridge, but hopefully not. So at the fastest part of the route, 100 miles per hour. Cool. Get a flyby shot in a second. Sort of heading down to the coast. Let's get a flyby shot. Be on the lookout for any TSRs. Lovely. And these are still running as well, the Castle Set HSTs. But I think they're getting retired in December, so not long. I probably should try and go on one. I've only ever been on a HST once, and that was literally just between Reading and Didcot Parkway back in 2015. So not exactly very far. I think that there is the old site of is it Exminster Station? It might have been called something else. But yeah, there used to be a station just for that site we passed there. You've got that station, and you've also got Kinker as well, which is the other sort of abandoned station, disused station, which is in between Tor and Newton Abbott. So the landscape is opening up now. You see some boats over there, and it will come down to 75 miles per hour shortly. Should get the warning board for it. This route's quite good. Most of the speed limits have warning boards for them. Makes it a bit easier. There you go, 75, a little warning board. No AWS magnet for it, although not all of them have magnets. And hopefully everybody, well, I don't know if you did watch it, but we did that night drive HUDless along this route. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. I was sort of up one night and it was sort of midnight, and I was like, well, I can't really do, you know, talking and webcam at midnight to 1 AM in the morning. So I thought I'd do a sort of a non-commentary extra HUDless video. So if you want just a bit of literally just pure train sounds in the night, hammering it down with rain, quite cosy, check that video out. It'll be on the playlist. Yeah, that peaceful night drive along the Riviera line. Sort of one of the rare times I actually play TSW, not sort of recording or streaming. Would be cool to see a tide system on this route though. To see sort of the sea sort of going in, going out at certain times of the day. That would be quite cool. It almost feels like it's always high tide. Because I'd imagine at low tide, this sort of all the sand and whatever gets exposed to the side here. Oh, I guess so. There it goes. See, the lighting does look a bit weird on the HST, but then it has still got the old lighting until Great Western Express Remaster comes out. I'd assume all of this will be updated, maybe even have announcements. That would be cool. Oh, there's a Voyager. Yeah, it'd be cool to see when the GWE Remaster comes out, to see sort of how it affects this in the 166. Let's get another photo. We seem to get lots of photos in this one spot. Always pop into photo mode here. No, it's not blooming caught it. Now let's wait until we get onto the, just because the sun's in a good spot here. I do hope one day we do see an extension to Exmouth, which is basically straight across there. So the trains sort of go up to Exeter, reverse, and then go back down to Exmouth. So I don't think it's that much further. Sort of the same distance as what we travelled so far from Exeter to sort of here, but just on the other side, with a few more stops. That'd be cool to see one day. I mean, I doubt we would see it, but it would be cool. Because then you do the full Exmouth to Penzance run. Just gotta keep it at 70. Speed has gone up, but there's not really much point speeding it up. It's just after Dawlish Warren it will drop down. Here's Dawlish Warren. And we've got a train waiting there for us as well. Has they gone off the end of the platform already? No. Cool. So that then waits there for us to go past, and then it will get routed out. So let's try and get a photo here actually. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it, with the fair there in the background. I'm not sure what's going on with the autofocus, it just doesn't seem to want to focus. See the 150 there in the background, that's quite nice. Have to manually adjust it ourselves. Oh, we got the bug now where it doesn't want to do it. You got to tap it. This will take a while. There we go. Well, still not really. Hang on. Yeah, that will do for now. There's a 70. And we'll sort of just let it drop down to 60 now, as it comes down to 60 just before we go through Dawlish, which well isn't that far away. Cool. One more photo. Oh, there we go. That's what we want. Yes. Well, I just want to get the sea. Yeah, that's done it. And another. There we go. Right. No more photo mode for this part of the video. Beautiful though, isn't it? Really proper stunning, this route. Done a good job with it. And I think it was Rivet Games, because I think a lot of the UK routes sort of dovetail say to Rivet, can you sort of do it for us? They've done a good job. Yeah, because West Coast Mainline South last year, it was okay, but it wasn't really great. It was a bit pants. Well, not pants, but just not ideal. So to come back with this is fantastic. I think Rivet really have improved quite massively. You've got the, was it Tyler? Rivet Games Tyler, who's done the timetable for this, and it's all like, you know, how it is in real life back in 2023, with lots of extra services. That's really good. And they sort of jig themselves about, and what's brilliant now. Nice. But this route is pretty big though. I mean, 1 hour, I think this one's 1 hour 7 minutes from Exeter to Plymouth. But only half, you're not even halfway once you get to Totnes. Well no, you are, yeah, near enough halfway at Totnes. So sort of half the route is this really pretty scenic bit, and then the other half past Totnes is sort of just up and over there. It's still nice-ish, but not as nice as this. So when you think about this route, you just think about sort of Penzance to, well, Exeter, and there's just this massive stretch down here to Plymouth. And it's like, oh yeah, that bit as well. Up over the hills. So this is the famous part of the route. I was wondering how the HST will get on with the banks, because it's very, very steep after Newton. There's the hole in the hill over there. It's very, very steep after Newton Abbott, and then also Totnes as well. Now the IET, no issue. Voyager, no issue. This train, I wonder how it will get on. Should be alright, it's a HST. Or sort of a dumbed down, well, not a dumbed down HST, obviously not as long as they used to be. So I shouldn't really have any issue. Oh, apologies everybody. I think T went down the wrong tube there. We're all good. Cup of tea and train driving. They're coming up to Plymouth. Oh, and you actually can walk along the seawall. Not all of it. But at Dawlish you can walk along sort of just the new, well, sort of within the station limits, or because the platform stretches on for ages, so you can walk along a bit of the seawall at Dawlish, but not all the way along. But some of it though. It's quite cool. That was Totnes. So now we've got the long gap to Newton Abbott. Although fast though. I think it's just easier along here. I've just kept it at sort of 60. See, driving HUDless on this route isn't really that. It's not too difficult. I mean, sort of along the coastal stretch, just stay at 60 if you're fast. And then all of the speedboards have warning boards for them as well. Let's get another flyby shot. Somewhere now up here. Cool. And there's the 90. Sort of as we follow the river, I suppose it must be there, the estuary of the River Tin. So we follow this up. What's everyone's favourite? I know I ask this in every video, but what's everyone's favourite part of this route? The actual Riviera line, which is Exeter through to Penzance, or do you prefer going up over the Devon banks to Plymouth? What's your favourite section? Personally, I don't know, it's tough really, because I like going both ways, but then when you do go Newton Abbott to Plymouth, it's long. Yeah, I don't think I really have a... I don't really have a preference. They're both nice. There's more, well, there's more of sort of the IETs and Voyagers going out to Plymouth than down to Penzance. I was just the Penzance, it's all sort of 150s and 166s. So yeah, I don't really have a preference for what way. Need to put the brakes on fairly sharpish. That's coming down way quick. Okay, maybe not as sharp as I thought we needed them. Right, 60 already, that was quick. I expected it to take a bit longer to come down to 60, but that's alright. Then we sort of turn in, and then we're coming into Newton Abbott. So yeah, we'll probably try and stop on the 6 car stop marker. That's sort of what the HST would fall under, being a 4+2. Yeah. Ivy Bridge will go right down the end anyway. Well, we actually fit in the platform at Ivy Bridge. Should be coming onto the down main platform. Yeah, alright, yeah. Double yellow. Oh, coming into our first station of Newton Abbott, or at least shortly. Don't want to whiz in because we are a HST. There's a TSW HST is a lot easier than the Train Sim Classic HST. The AP pack of the HST, they're blooming difficult to drive. There's another castle set, and I believe these all run the Penzance to Cardiff services. There's some sort of sign there, but just not there. Yeah, Newton Abbott. So yeah, looking for the 6 coach stop marker, as I doubt there's a HST car stop. Because I don't think I've seen any HST car stops or markers. Is that 4 to 5? That's 4 to 5. Well, I guess we'll just go up to the next marker then, which is, well, the 5 to 10 for the IETs. What's that we'll have to do? Yeah, let's go down to the IET one then. Probably where the HST ones once were. Yeah, this is Newton Abbott. And bang on time as well. Oh, hang on, that's we're due here at 27:30. We're due out this time, so we'll be... Oh, hear the announcements just about. Right, let's get the doors locked. Ooh, 150. And it is Totnes next. What, mate? 150's great. That's probably why we had the red originally coming into the stations, because that 150 coming across the points ahead of us. But it sort of clears as soon as you come to a stop. Right, then we go up over the banks of Devon. The steep part of the route. And also a slowish part of the route is 60 miles an hour, which I know isn't really slow, but it's not fast. Basically most of the way to Plymouth now. And again, we're in part 1 of this once we get to Totnes. So that's sort of your coastal section. And the first climb. Yeah, acceleration ain't too bad though. Definitely a big difference not having the full set behind us. I can really feel it. Cool, and I think after this run to Plymouth I'll probably go and do one of the regional express services on Leipzig-Dresden, which is like an hour and a half long, so I'll split that into 2 as well. Yeah, keep an eye out, a couple of long journeys on the way. And I will get back in the Voyager as well at some point, as I know that's a popular one. So we'll, yeah, definitely have to get back to that. Although I'm really waiting for the Voyager to go onto the other routes. Hopefully at some point we get that update on PlayStation, which allows the Voyager onto Manchester, onto Cross City. That'd be really cool to see. And it also comes down to 55 along here as well, which I believe there is a warning board for it. Here we go, ready? As we head up. So we'll keep a bit of power on, just to ease us up. That should hopefully hold us at the speed we're going about now. That's nice with the autumnal colours. It's just about keeping us at the right speed. We'll do one more notch of power. Might have to sort of put it between the two. So Totnes isn't as far away from Newton Abbott as it is the warning for the 55. Yeah, Totnes to Ivy Bridge, that's a long stretch, and Ivy Bridge to Plymouth is another long stretch. But this stretch to Totnes isn't too far. It goes relatively quick. But it's not all uphill. We sort of get up to a tunnel and then we start going downhill. Yeah, 55 currently, so just sort of trying to play around with the power to try and sort of keep us at a good speed. So actually that's doing quite well. What are we in at the moment? We're almost in max power at the moment, and it's sort of just about keeping us at the right speed. Because you've got to keep an eye on the gradients, as the gradient does change a fair bit on here. So in a second that might be too much. I'm just going to pull the power down now actually, pop it down a notch. Now here's the tunnel, and then after this we then go downhill. I believe we go downhill after this. That's one of the first climbs done. That one's not too bad. Got the massively oversized tunnel. Right, let's cut the power. Yeah, now we go down. You can see it's sort of quite steep going down now. So we'll keep an eye on that needle. See what it does. Yeah, there you go. It's going up quite quickly. So apply a bit of breakage. Just step one. Take it off. It's a bit of a balancing act. And I know when we're coming up to Totnes, because we will quite nicely get a single yellow, because there is approach control coming into Totnes, which makes things quite easy. It's easy to know where it is. Bit of brake. So lovely. I mean, look at the scenery along here, it's brilliant. I still don't like the sort of pop-in you can see. Like if you sort of look at, I mean, it's not as visible on this stretch, but on sort of the straighter sections of track, you can see the trees ahead of us going from like green to orange. And when you notice it, you can't stop noticing it. You see that, look there. But it does it sort of as you like, as you go along, you sort of see it pop into orange. Looks a bit weird. And this gameplay comes from the PS5 Pro. I'm yet to download TSW on Xbox. I need to get that done. I could do that on a wholesale. I suppose I could do that for the next video, I guess, for Dresden. See how it runs on. I can do it in Malayas. We'll see. I'll probably title the video playing TSW6 on Xbox, so you know which one it is. Because my Xbox Series X is literally gathering dust at the moment. Trouble is, most of the Xbox exclusive games aren't Xbox exclusive anymore. Like Sea of Thieves, I had that on Xbox. It's now on PlayStation. Flight Sim, going to PlayStation. Well, I'll keep it on the Xbox. Forza on the PlayStation. So I wonder if at some point we'll see PlayStation games going on to Xbox. Because at the end of the day, PlayStation and Xbox, I mean, you know, 10 years ago it would have been like, oh, Xbox or PlayStation's better, Xbox is better, PlayStation is better. They're exactly the same thing. I mean, more so now, because even with the games, most of the games on Xbox are now on PlayStation. Exactly the same thing, just a different name. Or near enough the same thing. I don't think there really is a console war anymore. Right, got the yellow. So we all have a red light, but then as we get closer to the red light, it then pulls off to a green. But we can't assume that. Or yellow or whatever, we'll see it. It's a bit further along though, yeah. It's sort of gentle braking, although it is still a bit further. Trouble is, as you've probably seen, there's not many signals on this part of the route. The signal blocks are, well, massive. I suppose it is a relatively busy route. I mean, you've seen quite a few trains going up and over. I suppose they're just well timed, so they don't sort of chase each other. Back up to 16. That's what we're going. We're saying looks like we're going uphill here at the moment. I think I've slowed down a bit early again for the red. We then go around to the left and it's on the left hand corner. Yeah, it's just around this corner, the red, because you see the little grids in the forefoot here. They'll be coming up. There's the ground position signal there, or position light signal. So the signal is just around this corner. You'll see the AWS magnet as well pop up in a second. So you've got to be careful. I mean, it should always pull off, but you've got to be careful. You can't assume the signal's going to change, as it might not, and then you'd be screwed. Which it has. There you go. That's green. But you can't assume it's going to be green. That would be pretty silly. And then to the right, you'll see the little heritage railway you've got at Totnes, which you can see some trains moving about there as part of a diesel gala. But you can't actually spawn on the platform at the little. Well, it doesn't even recognise it as a station at the little heritage railway station. It's all modelled. Yeah, it's just here on the right. It's got the mainline connection as well. See the train. You do see a 33 in there, so it does sort of go up and down the line. And this is Totnes. Got a cucumber there. So I'd imagine we're just to the end of the platform here. And these trains used to be like the cucumbers. These used to be like the main trains on the line, but now they've been relegated to, well, not really local duties, but not going into London. Yeah, these don't go into London anymore. That's a 4 to 6 car stop. We'll go for that. Yeah, the HST used to be literally the main long distance train in the UK, and now it's, well, just with ScotRail and Great Western, and does sort of the not as important duties. Well, it's not with Great Western. Yeah, Totnes. I'm actually in the platform nicely, so that's good, going to the 6 car stop marker. Well, that is going to be everybody for part 1 of this little long journey over to Plymouth. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. Part 2 will see us go over to Plymouth. Apart from that, thanks for watching. Links, usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, affiliate link for UK departure boards. Very, very good, these things. See you all and take care. Bye guys.